Voaden.
Thank you, Mr Dowd. It's a pleasure to speak under your chairmanship, and I'd like to congratulate the member for Darlington for bringing this really important debate. It's clear that the internet has undeniably introduced a valuable resource for learning that has transformed society. But technology has also brought with it significant risks that I believe we have a really urgent duty to address in this House. And nobody knows that more acutely than all those parents who have tragically lost their children after online abuse, and they're bravely represented here today by Ellen. The statistics are sobering. Recent figures from Ofcom reveal that 1 in 5 children in the UK has experienced some form of online harm, including cyberbullying, exposure to inappropriate content and exploitation. And the NSPCC now reports that more than 60% of young people have encountered online bullying. But I think the risk goes much further than that. We know that the average age that a child first views pornography is estimated to be 12, with some evidence now suggesting as young as 8 years old. Free and widely available pornography is often violent, degrading and extreme, and it has become the de facto sex education for young people. And this pornography crisis is radically undermining the healthy development of children and young people and contributing to increasing levels of sexual inequality, dysfunction and violence. This reality represents how children's lives are affected by these dangers, and as parliamentarians we have a duty to keep our children safe and free from harm, and that means online as well as offline. 9 in 10 children are now on a mobile phone by the age of 11, and around a quarter of 3-year-olds now have their own smartphone. I don't know about you, but I find that statistic particularly troubling. I believe it is crucial to differentiate smartphone use from the broader digital environment. Smartphones, we know, are engineered to be addictive, with notifications that stimulate dopamine release, the same chemical linked to pleasure. It's too easy for children to become trapped in a cycle of dependency and peer pressure, addicted to feeds and competing for likes on social media. And addiction is exactly what the tech companies want. Yet research from the Royal Society for Public Health shows that social media harms mental health. We all know that, particularly among young users. Around 70% of young people now reporting that social media increases their feelings of anxiety and depression. But the Children's Commissioner, Rachel D'Souza, believes that Ofcom's Children's Code, as the Honourable Member talked about earlier, is not strong enough and is written for the tech companies rather than for the children. She says we need a code that protects our children from the wild west of social media. And in South Devon, I often hear from parents who are overwhelmed by the digital environment their children are navigating. They want to protect their children, but they feel ill-equipped to manage these complexities. Hundreds of them have signed up to the Smartphone Free Pledge, and they're pressuring schools as well to take part. And we need to give them support by backing what they want to do with legislation. So I believe we need a legislative framework that will restrict the addictive nature of smartphones, tighten age restrictions, and restrict access to social media platforms for all children under 16. We have to protect them.